guys, there are a few things in the news that occasionally just totally baffle me. I mean, we're talking. Wait, really? Some of them are just, and other ones are like, what were they thinking? Like, it's not just, oh, it's, did you stop? Did you think about that for 5 seconds? So, yeah. I've compiled a list of 3 things here that have happened within the last month or so that have just kind of baffled me for the news. It's just one of those, what were you thinking? Did you really think that was a good idea moments? Because I don't think they were. Even kind of. Article 1. One of the articles that I'm going over, I had to read it twice to make sure I was reading it right because, yeah, I was just loss of words. Me. It's kind of frightening. But pretty much the gist of the story is the family got TP'd and they were cleaning up the house. All right, I get it. I've been TP'd before. Not often. It was way too much work to get to my house. I lived on a farm. But I get it. So, in the great wisdom of whatever these people were thinking at the time, they decided they couldn't get all the toilet paper out of the tree. So they set it on fire. And the result ended with their house burning down. Good news, nobody died. Everyone got out of the house. The bad news is they lost what looked like had been a very beautiful house. But I want to know what would possess anyone ever to set toilet paper in a tree on fire. Woohoo! Was that a stop before you do something and consider the consequences moment? Because you should never set things on fire in a tree next to your house unless you don't like any of it. Am I wrong? I don't think so. Article 2. So we have people who serve and protect our country, right? Policemen, firefighters, that kind of thing. And they are super integral to emergencies. Not only that, but they really need to work together because they are on the scene all the time together, right? So for the most part, I would tend to think they'd be pretty good at working together. Apparently, that is not always the case. And in fact, I don't know if this cop was having a really bad day or if he just really needs to work on his priorities because, wow. Police officer and a fire truck responded to an emergency, and the fire truck parked somewhere and then was literally trying to deal with the emergency. And the cop got his panties in a twist over how the fire truck was parked, which apparently, according to the firefighter, was protocol. And the firefighter didn't want to move his truck. He said he'd have to check with his chief because protocol. Apparently, the protocol is to block the area to prevent additional damage. But instead of dealing with the situation, dealing with the emergency, etc., this cop instead put this firefighter who is trying to deal with the emergency in handcuffs, arrested him. Way to come off as a bully, dude. Work on your priorities. So, as I said, don't know if he was having a really bad day, but whoa, you got a problem like that? Whoopee. I seriously don't think if they are even like parked vertically, taking up the whole freeway, that is as bad as not dealing with the emergency. Lives on the line, people, lives on the line. You got a personal grudge against the firefighter, deal with it afterwards in a boxing ring or something. I don't know, but really? Yeah. Article 3. So we all know that the internet is an interesting place, right? And people do interesting things on the internet. I read an article that I didn't understand the title of at first not that long ago. So the title was pretty much Woman is Jailed for Trolling Herself. And I'm like, why would you be jailed for trolling yourself? I mean, I guess my first question should have been, why would you troll yourself? But I guess my second question should have been, what? And this is impressive. This is not just trolling yourself. This goes beyond trolling yourself. From the article, this was over a year period, like a little over a year, harassed herself in a really horrible, mean, miserable fashion down to like sexual threats, etc. I mean, we're talking full-on creeper status. And she was trying to blame her stepmother and father to get back at them for something. And it's not just that. It's not just we're talking fake accounts and trolling yourself, because that doesn't make sense in the first place. But it gets worse than that. She called the cops. She reported this trolling and these horrible obscenities to the police, who then went through and tried to investigate these terrible things and terrible events and posts, to her family, and like question the family and like everything. But there's one rule of the internet: you're not private. If you're doing something like that, especially to your own account, there's IPs, there's cookies, it's one of those, really? But in this case, it's almost sad, because in my opinion, cut ties with your family. If it's that bad, cut ties. Or I really think she might just need some mental assistance to get her back on the up and up, because I just don't understand why you do that. Would you ever troll yourself? I just don't get why you would do that. I don't like other people being mean to me. Why would I want to do it to myself? So those are my 3 articles. And if you would like to read those articles for yourself, I have placed links to them in the comments section, well, down below in the more info. So go ahead and read that if you'd like. Let me know what you think, and talk to you guys later.